Good evening. Well, afternoon.
Good early evening, afternoonings, and evenings.
This is a little bit earlier than normal.
I started breaking whilst we were waiting to come on. I started breaking that into, I don't know why, but when our theme intro started, it's in my mind. I started hearing Doctor Who, so I'm sitting there going ooh, for some strange reason.
Other space sci-fi films, TV shows are available.
Yeah, and in my opinion, probably much better. Was never a Doctor fan.
No, fair dues.
Yeah.
Paul's going to be joining us tonight. I think he's just getting his kids squared away, so we should have him on the show. Hi to Reese, Chris, James, and Patrick already dropping in. And
Good
Mark,
evening, gentlemen.
hi guys.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
There's a few people on YouTube as well. I don't know if the comments are coming through quite from that yet, so maybe. So a little bit of news first. I know I was asked earlier in the week about patches. We have had some sign-off of patches done now. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, depending on, postage and COVID and all of that lovely stuff, that they shall be on the way at some point in the near future.
In this
very
year.
exciting.
It is. About time.
So some of the patches will be pre-order. The way that we're doing those is basically, long story short, we can't upfront cost all of the patches because it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
So we are doing some of them as pre-order, and then we've sort of bought as many of the others as we could. So we will have some of you. Some of the patches basically will be available almost instantly, and some will be pre-order. We still need to work out prices and the like, but once we get them in, we'll take some photos so you guys can actually see what you would potentially be buying. And then, we'll get that all sorted out. And to clarify, all the proceeds from that, other than covering the cost of the patches, will be running the podcast because we basically have like a subscription fee for using this software. So that's going to cover that. And then any surplus on that, we're generally probably going to use for like buying stuff to give to you guys. What did you say?
Whoring.
Yeah.
The Christmas party.
Maybe that.
Yeah.
Well, I thought the intention was to buy stuff to give to you guys, but Lance might use some of it for whoring, apparently. So good job with that one.
There we go. FaceTime.
Hi, James, Rage, Chris. Sorry for nagging you to death on Messenger last week. No worries, Chris. We always love having a chat during the week.
No, good,
hi,
Chris.
Les.
Absolutely, mate. I appreciate that.
James C said, we did a patch order for my uni Airsoft Society, cost a bloody bomb. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Where is he? Where's the man?
Hey!
Oh, he's teasing me. He's teasing me. There he is.
It's been a while.
Right.
I've got to try and figure out how to use a camera.
Oh, look. Little bunny.
I'm guessing that's not yours, or is it yours?
No, this is so the baby that my wife and myself lost at 5.5 months.
Right.
When she was in the tummy, this was. But when he was born, we decided that no baby should ever come into this world without a teddy bear. So this teddy bear is the one that we bought for him, and this one stays with us every night.
Oh, mate, that's lovely.
That's really
with
sweet.
all the rest of the kids that can squeeze into this bloody bed of ours. This one stays with us every night. So this is Oliver's teddy.
Oh, fair play, mate. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
how we doing?
How is? Yeah, good, mate. How's little one?
Yeah, she's good, mate. She's asleep at the minute. So went out for a little drive today, which we do most weekends. We go all the way around, sort of down 7 Mile Lane, out through Yalding, Horsemondon, and there's a little shop there. I stop off and get a little cheeky snack, and then we go all the way through Brenchley,
Nice.
Paddock Wood, and come home. So she has like a little nap in the car, and then Charlotte has a little kip as well. So we've done that today. And all's good, mate. So we was waiting for some hospital results, which have come back for the jaundice, and she seems to have ticked all the boxes on that one. So they've got no concerns on that. So that's good news. They're just getting used to having another one in the house, really. I made a phone call to Mike the other night, and I was like, "Where do I go? I've got one in one bedroom, I've got one in another bedroom, I've got one in." I literally had to make the phone call from the shower room because I've got no other rooms left.
In the cupboard under the stairs, like Harry Potter.
It's one of those. We wouldn't have it any other way. We absolutely love it, but
play,
it's a bit mad. But there you go. Reap what you sow, don't you?
That's it, mate. That's it.
I can't sit here and moan.
Fair play.
We've got
all
Reese.
good?
Sorry, hang on. Reese says, "What's the flavour on that vape, Lance?"
Oh, this one is I've been using this for about 2 years now. This is by a company called the Dinner Lady, and it is Flip Flop Lychee.
Cool.
There we go.
Different. What, as in like?
I don't know what a flip flop and a lychee would taste like if you combine it, but I'm guessing it's going to be something along these lines.
I'd say like cheesy fruit.
A cheesy fruit, yeah, a jellified cheesy fruit.
I'm trying to get my head around it, to be fair.
Paul,
There we go.
Patrick Foxtrot says hi.
So yeah, Patrick.
Policeman from Longmoor.
Faithful police force from Longmoor.
Chief of police at Longmoor, yeah, I remember him.
Indeed. Yeah, the Popo.
Cheeky spot.
Out in force, mate.
Andrew Taylor, hi.
This goes back to conversations that we've had before about making friendships and all that sort of stuff when you're there.
And characters you meet at events, isn't it?
Yeah, and I rocked up to that first one that I ever did at Longmoor. Only knowing sort of the Sam Jarretts and the Steves and the Seans and co. And 2 or 3 in now, absolutely, sort of get on golden with Patrick and all of his squad. To be fair.
They're good guys, mate.
And go above and beyond when it comes to playing that part.
Yeah, for sure.
Pimping up their car. It's like, mate, just brings that.
So annoyed. We got so annoyed with them playing the blimmin'
bloody
Police Academy.
Yeah.
Police Academy thing. Oh. But Chris has just jumped to the chat. Did you guys see that Sterling are running a selection course? It's full on from what I can see. I had seen that. I know Sterling do those. It is, yeah.
I wasn't sure. I thought that was to join the Sterling Airsoft team, wasn't it? I didn't think that was just an open event. Oh, I see. Right. I'm sorry. I'm with you. Okay.
Yeah.
The thing is with those sort of things, those sort of things are full on. Unfortunately, I'm not. Like, know your limits. My limits would not be to get through that.
Yeah, I mean, you just about as rock up to an event.
Exactly that. I'm out of breath when I get out of the car.
Yeah,
and if their events mean that you have to get your kit dirty that I spent a fortune on, I ain't going to do that.
Are you kidding? You're a laugh, have you?
That's
the trouble, isn't it?
Gaz is apparently taking a break from moving fly tonight to watch you lads. Oh, flat. Sorry,
fair.
He says moving flat. Enjoy your moving, Gaz.
Yeah.
That's
enjoy moving. You won't enjoy it because it's a horrendous experience to go through.
Oh, you used to do it for a living.
Good on you.
Never again. Used to do that when I first left college. Just needed some money and got offered a job doing removals. No, 8 o'clock in the morning, and some nights it was 11 o'clock at night because you got to move people in their house at the end, and that was it. No,
thanks.
No. So I thought I'd leave there and go and work for Coke instead.
No, fair news.
What was your news?
So I've got a bit of news. I've got a bit of news for you guys. A chap called Jake, aka Sniper Jacko. A chap named Jake, aka Sniper Jacko, has created this map. Which I will zoom in on. I don't know if anyone's seen it. It was posted on UK Airsoft community. It's basically a whole load of sites all across the UK. So I appreciate not all these necessarily do MilSims and the like, but I will put a link to this in Facebook in our Facebook as well.
Yeah.
But I actually dropped him a couple of questions earlier in the week. So he said he's based in Hertfordshire. Normally plays at the Rift Village. He made the map because there were a few sites near him that he never knew existed, and mainly because there's never really been a good airsoft map. Site maps are filled with out-of-date site shops, etc. So it's taken him about 20 hours so far to put that together. But his plan is to make posters that people can check off what site they've been to. And he's looking to maybe in the future do a shop map as well. And he said maybe one for paintballing, but
Is there one on the,
I've seen he did one for MilSim events than the paintballing.
Is there one on the Isle of Man?
You're going to test my geography now. Where's the Isle of Man? Is that the Isle of Man?
That's the one, yeah.
There's 3 by the looks of it.
There's 3.
So here's a little fun fact. Well, apparently the island of Sodor, the Reverend R. Aldry, or whatever his name was, that was...
Oh, where Thomas the Tank's from?
Yeah, that was apparently designed on a place.
I'm glad you asked
between-
that because that was going to be my question.
between here
Love
and
Thomas.
the Isle of Man. So
Oh, okay.
apparently, I'm sure our fan base will look that up and tell me that I'm totally wrong.
Yeah.
But I've been carrying that fact. When someone says, "Tell us something interesting," and that's the sort of thing, I just chuck out there.
That's what you pull out, is it? That's the one you
Well,
go
it's
to.
either that or I run around the woods, a 45-year-old man running around the woods with a toy gun. So I think, no, I'm going for the Reverend Audrey all day long and telling the Thomas the Tank Engine fact.
Fair play.
So
I like
I'll
that.
post
That's
that
cool.
map on Facebook so people can get it's like a download thing. I appreciate it. Looks very hard to read from that. I know one of the comments in the chat are saying that, but yeah, it's good when you zoom in.
It does look a little. It's got an air of that seaside tea towel look about it as well.
I'd get a tea towel out on it any day. Yeah.
Post us some tea towels.
And the other one,
And a bandana, maybe a head bandana sort of thing.
watching the combat dealers the other day when they say that they used to print maps like that on cloth.
Silk maps, escape maps.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you think, oh mate, so there it is. That is the Airsoft silk map. I like
That's
it.
what we want. Sewn into the trouser seam or whatever it is we used to do, something like that. Button
Fashioned
compass.
a pair of underpants.
That's it. Was that a secret map? No, it's my underwear now. Bugger all.
It's a big
Very
map.
silky.
I've got pantaloons on today.
Yeah. Granted, my
I've gone
underpants are
Victorian.
fucking enormous, but it's irrelevant.
It's only a small field of operation, therefore it's a thong.
Yeah. It's a T-junction.
Yeah, but if I take them down, we'll see a crossroads.
Oh, don't. Yeah, with a little bush in the middle.
Right, on that note, we're obviously talking about headwear tonight. Paul, did you want to start? I don't know how long we might have you for tonight.
Well, I'm here for until about 8 o'clock.
Okay, cool.
So pick your agenda how you will. I don't mind.
Cool.
I've got a couple of props.
Well, should we talk about boonies first? Because I've got a big stack of them sitting here next to me.
Go on then, put them all on. Like you did earlier before we come on air. Funny man.
Yeah. So, I genuinely have too many boonies.
It's like a stack of pancakes, isn't it?
They had a silk hanky that was a map. You had to piss on it to reveal the map. Oh, blimey.
So that was the idea then behind.
Is that like the secret writing with the lemon juice and all that
Marauders
bacon in the oven?
Out of,
Yeah.
Of Harry
I don't remember Harry having a slash on it though before he gave it to
No.
Ron, or vice versa. Shall I say?
Depends what day of the week it was.
Old Snape there with his wand out. Reveal your secrets, Harry. Oi. Fucking steady on.
Well,
And
it's probably better as a hanky and not pants, then, isn't it? You get someone that's
Dumbledore will have you out the
incontinent.
door, mate.
It's the new
You're
scratch and
rubbish
sniff
at
Mac.
keeping secrets.
Oh,
So
Right,
for the ability for you to get through this episode, do you want me to bugger off? Because clearly I'm a bad influence.
You've even got to mute one of us because we're us two a lot.
no, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. So, Reese has just said, how many boonies do you need? So originally I only had 3, to be fair. So I've got the same boonie in Woodland, OD, and Multicam. These are, I think, just off Military First, to be honest with you.
I'd have said to
but
Reese,
they
that's
are-
none of your business, Reese. That's my business and nothing to do with you.
They are defined as wet weather hats, though. So they've actually got like a slightly waxy coating to them. So I tend to use these when it's raining quite a bit because it obviously keeps a little bit more of the rain off your face and the like. And it's also, a boonie is designed to kind of break up the outline of your head and kind of get rid of, flexible, like rigid shapes and the like. I know you've got your pork pie, don't you, Lance?
I like my pork pie, mate. Yeah, it's not as big as yours.
We know.
I've done my hair, so I'm only gonna prop it like Farmer Giles. Oi.
I'd ordered a boonie from UF Pro because they do the sort of closest.
Oh, that's what
to
Mike's. I think he's got one of them.
Yeah, it's one of the closest that they do to the RAL. They call it like a brown grey or something like that. And I measured my head and ordered it, and it comes through. You think, I'm sure that's not the right size. It sits more like drill instructor's peak cap. It sort of sits on my head rather than sort of comes down.
You just walk around the house screaming at the family.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've noticed that as well. So this is one of the UF Pro ones. This is the one in slow cam. And And you are right. It doesn't sit quite as squarely on your head as the other ones.
It's a nice low profile though. I like it because it does look nice and it's not like like one of the coneheads with Dan Aykroyd. Some of them can make you look like, can't they?
Well, perhaps that's right then. Perhaps it is the right one. If that's
And you can manipulate it. Has that got a wire rim around it?
Yeah, so this has got a wire rim in the front and the back. So I guess you could probably just turn it around. So that could be the front. The reason I got these, the reason I got these is because it's got the mesh panel in the top. So at the front and back, you've kind of got a bit more mesh in there to try and let a bit more heat out. So whilst I will wear these regularly, I'll probably still opt for the wet weather ones when it's properly raining, just because it keeps your head properly dry. Yeah. They don't soak up the moisture, the other ones. But the UF Pro ones got the Velcro on top, a bit of Velcro on the side, kind of the molly straps or whatever around. It's not really properly molly; it's just like banding, really. But for throwing in a bit of
foliage,
bush bits and stuff like that.
I need to give it a wash.
Don't get me wrong; these were a lot more expensive than the military first ones. But I haven't had a chance to run these yet either, unfortunately. But
no,
that's why I've got a lot of boonies at the moment. So
I wore mine at a skirmish when Mike Marden. I think he'd not long got his that SRS sniper rifle back from Longbow after having a few bits done to it. So we went and just did the first 2 hours. I think it was game at Apocalypse that time, and I wore it then. And it was, to be fair, I got on all right with it. It feels like it's not going to fall off. Put it that way. It does feel like you're really having to sort of yoink it down. And when I'm used to wearing, like beanies more than a boonie, Captain Pug washing the top there. So
please someone say something.
Well, both Gaz and Chris have both said boonies need tailoring like lances. Chris says they need shaping as a minimum, like a barrow gets shaped, always by the short brim style and wet it, the shape of it. So I haven't done that with any of those. So I've just literally bought them and put them on.
They're fresh, aren't they, Mike? Your ones?
The US Pro ones are. Obviously, the military first ones I've worn quite a bit previously. To be honest, the wet weather ones, I really like the wet weather ones because it's something dry you can put on your head that doesn't get wet.
Exactly.
There's nothing worse than when you're running around in the helmets. Obviously, they obviously keep you dry as well, but they can get moisture in them, and like the sweatbands and stuff get a bit wet. Whereas that's always stayed dry on those ones. So.
And the stink as well. They do stink a bit. The old helmet.
That helmet smells like victory.
After a weekend in the woods with the lads, your helmet stinks a bit. Not gonna lie.
We did a subject on hygiene, didn't we?
Oh, James C says Combat Arms channel did a really good video on how to mod a boonie hat for recce work. Recon? It's recon work.
It's right. It's recce work. Don't fucking start. Canteens and bottles and flashlights and torches.
Yeah.
Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my.
UF Pro Grow is sweet.
Yeah, the only thing to be mindful of, we said this about UF Pro now, so I kind of found out the hard way post-Brexit about UF Pro.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously I didn't think much of it at the time, but I went in and saw 2 jackets that I wanted to buy, and they're winter jackets. Stuck them in the basket, and they were advertised at a price. And when I put them in the basket and put my country in, they then went cheaper. And thought, well, as a result, perhaps they love us. Who doesn't love us? We're
beautiful.
United Kingdom, everyone loves us. And then clicked on the button and off it went. And then I got a nice little email from the customs guy saying, "Yeah, you owe us. You ain't having your stuff.
£1 million.
All right, you take the card, do you? Yeah, thank you. So yeah, just be mindful of US Pro. So absolutely love the gear. It wouldn't put me off ordering their gear because it is. When they've got it in stock, because they're a bit like UK Tactical.
And can you only get it from UF Pro in Europe? Obviously, Paul, you can't. There isn't a stockist in the UK that sells their stuff on.
I don't think so. I think I think it's a bit like Claw Gear. I think you find a few stockists that sort of do that. UF Pro, I think they are just from wherever they are.
Right.
But yeah, I did fall foul of it. But as I say, and Patrick said their kit is nice, so it wouldn't stop me if I really wanted something buying it. You just got to be mindful that you're going to have to pay twice.
Fucking heartbreaking, isn't it, sometimes?
Yes, mate.
Using untailed boon and exercise and found it got in the way when aiming the weapon. Yeah, I'm guessing so, yeah. Especially if you're using a scope or anything like that and the peaks buggering around me.
Well, I'm hoping the wire's going to make a bit of a difference with those. Because
just flap it up. Like
obviously.
Yeah, but that's going to create drag then, isn't it?
Yeah, for when you're running, that's going to create drag. Yeah, I need it. So when I run, I really can't do it like that because, you've all seen me run.
Well,
Never.
Exactly.
Oh wow! I didn't know you can have that look. That's a look,
my
isn't
God! You're like Hornblower.
I'm the captain now.
I love it.
Hornblower.
Yeah.
Oh. I love a hat. I genuinely love a hat. I've got so many hats to show you guys tonight. Oh, blimey.
Semen on deck.
Anyhow, jungle hats and
boonies.
great for the summer months, aren't they? Though, to be fair, keep the sun off your neck with bits and bobs.
Yeah, I think that's why I sort of was wearing a beanie, but in the summer it gets a tad toasty under there with that, and that's why I ended up with the boonie hat because it is nice just to have something on your head to sort of break up that silhouette, if you will, and take a little bit off when you get cracked from a 0.4 BB on
My
the
wife
side
hates
of
this. My wife hates this hat. She's got a real fucking hatred for this hat. That's why I have to keep it out. I was lucky tonight. I left it downstairs and I said, "Lou, can you chuck me up my pork pie hat?" And she was like, "That fucking hat." I was like, "Please don't throw it away. Just give it to me."
Is that because it makes its own way up? A bit like
it's just I don't know. It's one of them things. One of many things that she hates of mine.
Does it grow stuff like that?
And I'll be honest with you, I wear this through especially at events like summer events, into the autumn, into the winter. I mean, it's only rarely at night time I'll chuck my beanie out on or something like that. Do you know what I mean? My old OD beanie in winter or first thing in the morning. But 9 times out of 10, I'm just cutting about with this fucking bad boy on. Do you know what I mean? It's only a UK tactical. It's only like 10 quid or something, but I've had it for donkeys. Combat tactical. There we go. Size 60 for me, Maximus Cranius. But yeah, it's just a great little bit of kit, and I get really pissed if I can't find it. So it's always super duper safe.
Where'd you get it from, Lance?
Oh, mate, I think it's probably an Amazon job or an eBay job. It's Combat Tactical.
Is that the non-union representative Mexican equivalent of UK Tactical?
It could be anything, Paul. I don't know, mate. Yeah, but I mean, it
works.
It's a
pork
pie.
It works, doesn't it?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How much do you want to spend on it?
Has it got bits of pork pie in it?
No, it did have at one point, but then I grew a beard, so I just keep it all in my beard now and just pick that.
Is that why the missus don't like it? Because it's growing shit.
Yeah, like Dan's knife and fork and spoon set.
If you whistle, it walks over to you.
Exactly, that's it, mate. I've got a head like a dinosaur. You should see me in a crash helmet. I look like a fucking triceratops.
Oh, blimey. Right, what hats are we going on to now? What's next?
I'll show you. I've got pictures of our tinfoil ones we made, Mike. That'd have been good.
Oh, well, you can see those if you go to our Instagrams. If you want to have a chat of those, they're there.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about caps? I know you've got a baseball cap there.
Yeah, I've got another cap. This needs a wash and all. To be fair, this hasn't been washed in a long time. But yeah, PMC rolls. I love this one. Where's my Condor one?
It's alive.
Yeah. That one there, so light. I got this one. This is made by Condor, and I picked this up for the Octo event. And it's all pretty much mesh all the way around till you get to that front bit, but it keeps you so cool, and it's so lightweight as well, and it holds its shape nicely. That's a tidy little bit of kit that was. I think me and Dan both got one of these. Made by Condor. There we go, chaps. Highly recommend that one. If you're in the market for a baseball cap, that's not I don't know if you can get an MTP or not. I went for the coaty tan look because obviously it's a PMC roll, so we couldn't go camo.
You spray all your shit anyway, didn't you?
I spray shit all over my stuff, mate. Yeah, I can't sit there staring at brand new stuff for too long. It's like, that's brand new, cost me loads of money.
It shines.
No, it's not.
No,
it's not new anymore. I've even done it to my fucking concept. Look, the state of that. That was brand new. But yeah, no, baseball caps are all good. I
don't know if I've got the face for a baseball cap, so these are a couple of ones I brought. So I got this one from NAE. This is like a G&G branded one. So I do generally tend to wear that one, which doesn't look too bad. And then I thought genuinely for the PMC roll that we were at last time with Octo, I'd buy this one, like a trucker's hat, because I thought it looks a bit more PMC. Yeah. But I don't know if I A, look like white trash, and B, I think it's possibly a women's hat or a women's. I don't know if you get women's baseball caps.
Don't worry about it. I wore it.
That's it. I'd wear it at a jaunty angle. I think you'd be all right with that. Yeah.
I had a shirt that I wore for years, and then it was only when someone looked at it, told me that it was a ladies' one because the buttons were on the opposite side.
Oh, so you was wearing a blouse for a long time.
Yeah, but I loved it. It was a lovely shirt.
Love a blouse.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Richie off the bottom. Can I say just what a smashing blouse that is you're wearing?
Thing you should do, It must have been my cross-dressing phase. Everyone goes through it, I suppose.
The choice is either cross-dressing or buy an MX-5.
Yeah, exactly that. I'm in my dressing up like a soldier phase at the minute. Where
We like that, don't we? We love that.
I've just did a fight as a trucker. That's what I'm going as.
Hillbilly gangster.
It works really well with the little headphone as well. Just as a. That's a nice one. See, I was looking at getting those. Is that an East 98 one? Oh,
it's a Yankees hat, isn't it?
This is from Next.
Oh, it's the next hat. It's heads to begin.
Yeah.
No, fair
Next.
No, East 98. I've been looking at those. They do like a DPM, almost similar to that, with the New York Yankees logo on it, like black. Quite like. But
this was like it was like a packet of two hats or whatever but actually the colour of it, it's not too bad.
It's not bad. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
It's usually my COVID haircut hat. But
mate, yeah.
You put that on and cut around the side.
Yeah, exactly that.
I'll tell you what's handy as well with this also is if I'm using my my sniper hood, my little ghillie hood thing, the little Viper one that I bought, popping one of these on as well, just so that the veil, if you like, of the sniper hood, it actually just sits over the peak a bit more. Do you know what I mean? So it's not creating that dark shadow when you're wearing a cap like that and you get that dark shadow. It's actually pulling the veil down, so it's more proud of your face rather than it just being sit down straight in front of you. That's always cool.
You had me at veil.
Oh baby, just lift it up.
You had me at hello. You had me at veil. Veil.
Yeah, baseball caps.
I was going to talk about like specialist hats next. If you guys want to kind of, if you've got any thoughts on that. So I've got a few different ones. For example, like I was going to talk about berets. I don't know. Do you guys use berets much?
I did the team one.
Yeah. So to clarify this,
I'll fall over the desk. I'm not going to even try. I can see it, but if I grab that, I'm just going to go arse over it.
Is that what you had on the Falklands?
The team ones we did, yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, we had the team ones on. You had your big camo helmet, didn't you?
Yeah, we'll talk
That's
about
when
helmet.
you kicked off from the car park, wasn't it? Falklands, MilSim.
That's
Oh,
it.
Yeah, you did.
The first one, yeah.
So I know berets are obviously a bit of a touchy subject. We're not going to go into the ins and outs of all of that because I appreciate that, a lot of berets, they are earned. And, I don't want to in any way take away from that. But I do have a couple here that I've used previously. So we did the UN game. So it's obviously just the UN blue beret and a UN badge, which is obviously quite good. I was a Swiss doctor at one point as well.
Mike, we're saying that, mate. I mean, you've got that UN beret, mate, but that was purely for a role that you were playing witin the event. It's not like you were.
Yeah, exactly.
You were at a memorial service with that on. Do you know what I mean? There's a difference to someone being a Walt and fucking. Claiming stuff when you.
I can't even put these things on.
If you're playing a UN representative at an event, it's a bit different if that's the role that you've been asked to carry out or whatever, just for the immersion side of it. There's two different things entirely. Do you know what I mean? In my opinion.
So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not suggesting that anybody should go around necessarily wandering around like a para or anything like that. And it's a tricky one to discuss. But just we're talking about hats. So, I do have these.
At the end of the day, you're not going to walk into Costa trying to get a discount with it, are you?
No, exactly. You wouldn't do that. I mean? You'd have to be a mindless fucking fool to go and try and stand at a parade at a memorial service and like remembrance that something. You wouldn't do that. This is purely in a different, out of reality sort of event at a weekend. You know what I mean? Where someone's been asked to play. Can you play a UN representative of that? Yep, absolutely no worries. I'm gonna do that. Cool. And that's it. There's no malice or anything like that in it outside of the game. It's purely within that game. So yeah, to me that's.
One thing I would say with the UN beret is you get shot in the head a lot. Because obviously I had camo on the rest of me. Like, honestly, it was just like a target. I got shot so many times. It was just ridiculous. So,
yeah, when we were in this
that was great.
At the end of the day.
By the end of it, the peak was up
character for the events.
Exactly. Gaz just said with berets, some people are touchy about them, e.g. the Paras and Marines, but I guess if it's part of the uniform and immersion, then crack on. Exactly.
Yeah, that's a fair point, Gaz.
So
I like really getting into character. I mean, I've been playing the role of a fat bastard for about 22 years now. I'm going to have to step out of it soon. But yeah,
Yeah, same as that. Well, the thing is, I play it so well.
It's my thespian side. I can't help it.
Chris says, as a vet, I don't care if anyone wears a beret, just for God's sake, shrink it and shape it so you don't look like a spanner. Yeah, that's something else I've learned quite quickly as well. So there's lots of YouTube videos on that.
It's when it's brand new and it's like, obviously I have for our team one, I have it tucks in behind my ear a bit, but if you get it brand new, like over it suddenly goes.
Yeah.
Essentially, essentially look like a pork pot. Essentially, you look like a Yorkshire pudding.
Well, actually, so Andy's just raised a point. I think the fine personally wouldn't wear red or green as they ran, but black or blue I think are okay. But as Gaz said, if you're doing a roll, I can't see any people get annoyed. So one of the things that we did with the team ones, so because we wanted to basically try and create a look with our Punishers team, which was like a more softly approach. Some of the MilSims we do. I mean, you'll attest to this, Paul.
I'm going to grab it. Hang on.
Oh, okay.
Go on,
some of the yeah, he's gone. Some of the Legion events aren't always like, you know, you're kind of like on a patrol through the town and stuff, aren't you? Which is obviously it's not always like high impact, whack a helmet on and sort of go in full combat mode and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So there we go with Lance. So we actually did quite a bit of research with these, and we actually so we went for khaki because it seems to be like the most generic one that we could find.
Yeah.
And then we actually got car decals for the Punisher logo. Because again, like the badge is obviously one of the major issues.
So that's it. Our team's are Punishers.
We don't want to fake it. So we actually got car decals and stuck little badge backs to them, so you could attach them onto the berets. So
I haven't put this on for a long time.
Is your head grown?
We might have done. Hang on, it's been a while. There we go. That ain't too bad. Could do a bit of hot water on it for a bit.
And
I've seen worse. I've seen a lot fucking worse, I must admit. Yeah. Couple of that, so there, go through the washing machine, or either that or an incinerator to get rid of the smell. There we go.
Oh, actually, yeah, good point. So we did wear these for the birthday event, didn't we? Back in October. I forgot to take mine out of my bag for 4 months. And I had to pretty much completely wash it and bleach it a little bit because it grew quite a lot of mold.
What, your beret?
My beret did, yeah. Because I basically stuck my goggles and my beret all together in the Bergen and left it in there. And then, literally hadn't taken it out. So, yeah.
Didn't that happen with the headband of your glasses as well?
Yeah, It was the headband. Basically, there was a lot of moisture in the headband and in the beret strap and stuff, and they literally just grew a fungus. So that was good.
He's a real fun guy.
Oh.
Look at me coat.
Taxi!
Got me hat. I'm off.
Yes, we do wash stuff. We definitely do wash stuff, just not very often.
I wash quite a lot, as and when it's required.
I think I overwash sometimes. Yeah. So I'll go to, we'll go down to Apocalypse or whatever and do some marshalling, and I'll chuck me combats, just my trousers or whatever on. Obviously, I'll be wearing other stuff, but I'll be wearing the sort of green trousers or whatever. And I come back, there'll be nothing wrong with them, but they go straight in the machine. And you think,
I wash my basic kit.
Is it right to just every time, even when you're just walking down a path doing nothing, you just chucking in the wash for no reason? Yeah, can you over clean it? Can you? Is there a?
I don't know. I mean, I guess, and if it's a waterproof item, it comes to a point. I mean, there's that net wax treatments you can buy for waterproof clothing, and obviously that lasts for X amount of washes, 60, 70 washes or something before you have to redo it. I like the stink in the hat. Do you know what? I get what you're saying, Pat, but there's nothing. I don't think a hat stink beats a glove stink. You cop a whiff of a stinky glove, mate. That's a different fucking game.
Yeah,
especially when gloves.
Especially when you take your gloves off and you've got to have your dinner and you're kind of spooning it.
Yeah, you take your glove off and you've had a busy day and you go, who's shit in my glove?
Again.
Yeah, something else that needs to be washed of mine. I'm compiling a nice little list of things I need to wash, actually. Quite good at it. Yeah.
No, mine's not been out for a year.
I say I've got a wash, but you're like, darling, lovely wife.
Yeah.
Well, if I get back from an event, I'll come in like the front door, strip down to my pants and socks downstairs in the hallway, and it's literally walk upstairs with a bundle of like leaves and crap. She's just like, Just put it in front of the machine. She said, don't put it in the machine. I've got clothes in there. Put it in front. I'll sort it. I was like, thank you. Can I go and have a shower now, please?
It is that vinegar smell.
It is, mate. Yeah, it's a smell of victory, mate. I'm telling you.
Oh, mate, it's going to make me bring my omelette up.
Chris says, Jesus, a bunch of grimy mingers, regimental bath time.
Beautiful.
Edward's got a good point about ghillies, because obviously ghillies do pick up quite a stench sometimes. I've genuinely, and this is 100% true, I've genuinely smelled a ghillie sniper before I saw them. Like, it was that bad. Like, I was just walking through, I think it might have been an APOC, actually. Someone was literally hiding in the bush, and I could genuinely smell them before I saw them.
Yeah.
I mean, I was still
they
they
don't wash a lot of kit, do they? In all fairness, in truth be known, like for the real, they don't, because you can't go out and feel stinking a Daz or fairy liquid or whatever, can you? So.
Well, I only smelt the enemy in Commando, so
yeah.
It must
but
be
surely,
true.
if you're going to a pine wood,
but he was downwind.
He was downwind. Get to the chopper.
Come on, I can smell you.
Have you guys, so following the chat we had with Mike when he was on a little while ago about iPro and the like, so he was talking about headbands and stuff. Now I've invested in, in this wasn't a lot of money, but this is like a Miltech bandana thing, which I'm not too sure I like the look of. But it's quite similar. I think your skull cap, isn't it, Paul?
Yep. So actually I've got it.
I reckon you could rock put that on and then rock the baseball cap jaunty angle, and you would be full Big G.
So
that's it. That's where we're at. That's it.
2 seconds. The Lord needs there to be light.
Where's my computer? Where's he gone? He's gone. Paul's vanished.
I think he's coming back. I think he's putting some lights on, maybe. There we go.
I've got this. Tell you what, versatile bit, the good old scrim net, mate. I'll tell you, I love one of these. A scrim net.
Just realised it was getting dark. I couldn't see nothing.
Yeah.
Paul,
where's my gone?
Paul, veils, look.
Yeah. With this veil, I thee wed.
You damn straight you do. Oh, look, pull the headset out. Bastard. There we go. Big G. My guy.
So for the, well, I'm talking about the specialist, if you will.
Oh, skull cap, yes.
Yes.
That's better than the one I got with mine. My one's crap compared to that.
So this one, first of all, I ordered one from Grey Shop, and it was their version of it. And I just, for some reason, I just couldn't get on with it. You know, when you think I can't get it to fit right. The straps weren't doing up right. It was a bit funky. And then managed to get this one, which is the Cry skull cap in black, and essentially comes with this pad bit on the front here.
Hang on, Paul. I'll make you bigger. Okay.
There he is. Look at him.
So there's the hat itself. So nice and, see your fingers through that. Nice and airy. Multiple tightening points on that, on the top.
That's nice. That's much better than the one I had.
You've even got a little channel down the side here that you can run your cable in if you want.
Yeah.
See, buckle and chin strap. So I found with the one from Grey Shop, the chin strap was like wider one end than it was the other, so it come across your face a bit.
Okay. Did you find that the buckle was?
It's proper
off to one side as well.
Yeah, it was a bit fucked up, to be honest.
So I had to do that with my tack helmet. I had to buy a chin strap extender, sort of clip bit.
Oh, right.
Because when I'd done it up, it was just sat around there. It was so uncomfortable. So it actually brought it down and actually made the buckle a bit more central. And I added a chin guard as well to it, which makes it better.
So this was, I think, it was about £80 or $80.
$80.
$80
my recon.
Yeah. So you get the hat, you get this padded bit on the front. The holes there in there. There's like a plastic piece behind the padding. The holes are pre-drilled, so there's three, like a 3-hole mount drilled and 4-hole drilled for your shroud. And then once you've done all that in, you lock it all down nice and tight, and then obviously everything else just all fits together on it.
Where the fixings are, Paul, then for the 3 mounting points on the inside of the cap, is that they count as sunk? And there's foam sitting in front of them, and
Yeah,
With,
so
like,
I don't know if you
padding.
can.
Yeah.
zoom
Oh,
out
yeah.
again.
Oh,
See that?
nice. Yeah.
So that's that there, and inside that, you can just see there's like a plastic,
Cool.
and you can see one of the pre-drilled holes. Just I can get my fucking knobhead to figure out. There, you can just see one of the pre holes there. So that they're already done, and then you just whop the old flap over. That flat bit then sits against your forehead.
Nice.
And then on it goes. So, you know, I apologise in advance because I hate wearing hats. It's funny that we're doing an episode on hats, but I think
and I've got loads of them.
We're part of that generation, I think. Or personally, I just feel like I look like a cock when I'm wearing these things.
Yeah, the good thing is you'll have it on at night time, won't you?
Yeah, I will stick it on, and it squeezes. So chin strap. It sounds a bit hard when you've got comms on. So you got there, and then obviously down to your nods, and then up. Yeah.
So play, mate. And that's that, but that packs down nice and small as well, doesn't it?
Exactly that. So when you take the nods off, see if I can do it without dropping them on the floor. So nods are off. So clip the mount down, and then
there you go. Yeah, that's a piece of piss, isn't it?
That's it. So that's all that's going in my rucksack.
Yeah,
so
nice.
That, and then we'll see the nods there in the rucksack. Job's a good one.
Fair play. Yeah, that's cool.
And I must admit, I've got the lid, which we'll talk about in a minute. Where I've started to build one, but at the minute, and I'm like you say, I'm not going to write it off just yet. But at the minute, I'm favouring the skull cap.
Yeah.
It
See,
seems to just...
I didn't favour my skull cap, but obviously mine wasn't like your one there. Mine was completely different. Mine was very much like a sight hard hat internal skeleton. So it had like an adjustable back bit, and then it was very open and exposed, and it didn't look half as comfortable as what that one does.
But really, these are, for me, they cover a number of bases. So if you're playing on an Op4 where you're allowed to use nods, but you're not allowed to wear a lid,
this is it exactly.
Ticks that box.
That's a great example.
If you're going on a bit of recon and you want to just chuck it in your bag in case it gets dark, obviously it fits down nice and tight. As long as you've got the padding around your nods, obviously, because that's the bit you want to look after. They're a little bit like unicorn tears. So a lot of the sites that you go onto, they're sold out. I've tried various different avenues of getting one of these in, and then almost like my market researcher, Mike Marden, who's just whenever I need anything, he's like, try this site here, try that one there. Sent me a link, and I think it was on eBay in the end, but sent over from the States. You know what I mean? It's cheap as chips, and it ticks the box.
Yeah, play, so if it works
really,
for you. Well, you could rock with that, Paul. If you find it, if you're thinking it don't look quite right, have you tried perhaps looking into doing a like a top half sort of ghillie hood to go over the top of it, even at night time, break up the shape?
I don't know if I've got a photograph on here. If I have, then I'll post one up. I tend to not stick too many photos because it's my work phone, and I'm conscious that if I ever say to someone at work, "Here, have a look at this," and there's a picture of me dressed up like fucking Rambo. So what I'll do, I've got a photograph of it, and then what I'll do is I will post that up. So what I usually have when I'm running this, I'll have that on, and I had to figure out the order to put it on. So you go almost like I've got the hat, I've got the Face Pro that we've talked about before, the meshing. So that goes
of course,
on first.
because you have all that on as well, don't you?
Stick the hat on, in with the glasses, and then over the top.
Okay.
So over the top of that hat, I'll go in with the. So they're the
pelters,
XPIs, go on with those over the top. So it is kind of all sort of done down nicely. The only other thing that I've done as well before with that is that I've gone with that, everything else set up with a shmag, almost wrapped up like the old SAS.
Schmag,
yeah, exactly that. So in the one of many different ways that you can.
Yeah, they're good. I've got one here actually. The old
I usually, when I'm running that, favour the Little Red Riding Hood, sort of.
That's been washed.
The bonnet over the top. But
Yeah,
yeah,
nice,
and
mate.
the thing is as well is, and this is the other trouble I have, is that you do. It's like, you never see me dancing because I feel like a bellend when I'm dancing. And when I wear this indoors, I feel like a bellend when I'm wearing it. But when I go down and I'm having a walk around at night, and everyone else is dressed in their combats, everyone else is rocking their kit. You're not out of place.
For it.
But when I'm standing in my hallway taking a photograph of myself wearing like all of this get up, thinking, I hope the neighbours don't knock on the door because they're going to shit kittens if I answer. You do feel like a bit of a, and that's where I'm at with the lid. I feel like I look a bit of a mushroom. But if I was on a blue 4 roll where everyone else is wearing,
that's it. Yeah, it's different when when you've got all the kit on and then you chuck it on when you're at the site. It's a different ball game. Then do you know what I mean?
Exactly that.
I do totally see what you're saying, mate.
Edward says, "Can you attach a GoPro to it?" So I assume you could probably get one of the mounts on the shrouds, like the GoPro mounts.
Yeah. So essentially, where's the button?
So you can, because I've got the GoPro mount. Click in them
because you can get like the little arms and things that hold them out, kind of.
Yep,
that's it. Yeah,
so if that goes in there, then you've got your GoPro mount, and you could wear it as a. And don't get me wrong, if you had this Lance, chances are it'd be on a mannequin head, and you'd spray it up. And you can do whatever with it.
I'd sit there looking at it, and I'd be like,
it wouldn't get. And as I say, they're easy as peas to switch out. So this is like a. And
I think the actual mounting point,
but it's not the real one. But...
Yeah, not so much the actual branded like J arms and that, but I think that generic sort of clip in to a helmet, the front of the helmet type mount is relatively generic. So like a multiple, like Mike's one there is not too dissimilar from that. My one's probably the same as what you guys have got as well on my helm. My helmet of war.
The helmet of war. The shrouds are pretty much 99.9% the same. So you have, from what I've learned, you kind of either get the 3 or they do a 4. So that's one of them. This is like as I say, it is like a Wilcox style, but not a genuine one. Then the only thing that I have got, which I did get genuine, which set me back quite a bit, on the nods, is the genuine Wilcox J arm. So I did get one of those. Managed to pick one of those up, but yeah, absolutely. You get the right fitting. Which is it? Someone like Brain Exploder or someone like that. Anyone with a 3D laser printer, probably even on eBay, you can probably pick up the GoPro mounts to go in there, and you could get away with wearing that.
Definitely, mate.
Day session,
especially with Ed, who asked a question. Because obviously he's a full ghillie sniper, silly ghillie. So he'll that'll suit him down to the ground. That would. And he does a lot of his own custom work.
It is that Benny Hill look.
Yeah, but I mean, like you said, mate, it's going to be the dead of night. That's why I was saying to you, Paul, about like like I've got my recon hood, my recce hood, should I say? It's just chucking that on as a veil around it. Do you know what I mean? And it literally breaks up the shape of the shoulders and that, then, and the head. Do you know what I'm saying?
Where's my comms?
Even at night time, mate, if you go into a clear bit of, especially you've got the moonlight behind you and that, you come out of a clearing. There you go.
I don't think sometimes I do myself favours, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's the way I tell them. It's the faces of Paul.
It's when you put something on and you look in the mirror and you go, huh? Look and you go,
long of the days where I go, hey, you there.
That didn't look like that in the picture when I bought it.
Hey. Double Fonzie fun.
Like the man in the Freeman's catalogue.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I had that on the other night when I went for a little walk up the woods to test the night vision gear out on the thermal and that, and I had no issues with it. The only thing that you do find with those, and it's probably the same as with a lid, when you've got them all on, obviously you want to hold it on as tight as you like. And by doing that, you get a lot of tightness around the strap. So when you're trying to talk, rather than talking like we're talking here, you're kind of talking a little bit like that because you can't open your mouth wide.
That's what I had to get in mind. That was
the straps are too tight.
If you can see that from there, but the desert is the extender. See that? So that plugs into there, and I actually added that. That was off my Pulsar skull cap for my nods, and that's actually helped out a great deal for the old helmet, because originally it was so tight, but I don't know. Went round to there.
Lord Helmet.
With the old beard. Good in there.
Oh, mate of mine's turn the lights back off.
There we go.
Cheeky fuck.
Well, I haven't got my nods on there.
It's not what you usually
I've only got
see.
the arm. Plus,
So
I can't hear
what's
what you're
that
saying now. There we go. I can hear you again now.
So what helmet's that, lads?
I think it's only a Mickey Mouse one, mate. I think it's like I can't even think it was made by now. It's about 30 quid, something like that. But I just bought a nice multicam cover for it. Oh, bloody things these are! I'll tell you what. Popping the right arm with this now. So yeah, it was a basic 30 quid fast helmet, and I just bought a nice multicam cover for it. Me IR Mockingbirds, British Army IR Mockingbirds for the PID in at night time, and then obviously the weights on the back, and then J arm and that for the nods on the front. But yeah, that's a nice. I'm yet to use it full on properly because I built all this during lockdown from last year to now, and obviously we haven't been able to do bugger all. And the one event we did go to, it was a PMC roll, and this wasn't required. So, but yeah, I do like it. And it's the good thing is I've got the Earmore M32s cans, which I can take from the headband, and then obviously put them onto this if I want to. But with the way I run my comms now, I can't see me really using comms on the headset too much. It'd be more like just a single Bowman or a fist mic. So these would be able to come off, and it will essentially just be the helmet purely for the nods and that. But it is nice and comfortable. You know, you can buy additional padding to go inside them. So it's all set up. It's got all the pads and that in there. I've added a couple of extra sticky back Velcro bits for 2 sets of pads to go in. But yeah, I'm happy with it. It's got one of them everlasting chem lights as well on there as well.
Oh.
Everlasting gobstopper. Do you remember them? Fucking hell, pain in the arse.
Yeah.
Few dentist bills out of them.
Clearly didn't fucking last, did it? Trade description. If I'd have got that now as an adult, I'd have been going to the trading standards over that shit.
Yeah, this is bullshit. What this is, mate.
Everlasting bullshit.
Yeah, I'll call bullshit on that one. But yeah, helmets.
I've got 3 I was going to talk about. So this is my fast helmet that I generally tend to use the most. This is, I think it was an FMA equivalent. I don't think it's like a proper branded one, but this cost me about 30 quid. It's actually in black because I didn't think I could get a tan one at the time, and then I've kind of wedged a multicam cover on that. It's got my X-Fog system on the back that ties in with the goggles. In the eye Pro episode. I've got a little IR patch at the back. That's about it, really. It's not overly special. It's just there for a look. One thing I do find,
they are wicked in CQB though, aren't they? For long and that, for going into buildings, looking up them stairs. There's nothing worse than whacking a BB right at the top of the head.
Walk in head first.
One thing I would say though, whenever I lay down, I don't know if you guys get the same, because I'm laying down and then looking up. The back of this catches on the back of my plate carrying my neck, and it pushes the whole helmet forwards.
I've noticed that.
Really cruddy for visibility when you're laying on the ground.
Right. But then, like I said, mate, this one here, and this is going to be at night time, and I'm using my nods. I'd probably very rarely wear that in like a forest setup or anything. It'd be my boom. It'd be a soft hat all day long. I'd have thought. Yeah. This is purely going to be more for like the Legion events, where there's more buildings and bits and bobs. I mean, it does look good, doesn't it? I like that. But yeah, that's the only sort of time I can see that sort of making an appearance. But that's why I like the idea of Paul's skull cap for the nods for more forest games and stuff like that. We don't need a helmet, like fast helmet, that isn't really required. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That'd be worth its weight in gold in like building scenarios and things like that, where you can potentially get caught one.
It's that look, to be fair.
Yeah, and the look of it. Yeah. A lot of time when it's woodland, it's more recce, and you're sort of cutting about nice and sort of lightish, and just trying to stay low profile and that. Oh, so this is my Mark 6 helmet that I bought for the Falklands MilSim that we did. So these I think were originally issued in about the 1980s, and I was trying with the Falklands one because I was conscious of the fact it was quite a historical event. Yeah, trying to kind of recreate that look as much as possible. And I'd seen that there was a couple of sort of reference images I saw where some guys had sort of like scrimmed up their helmets. So I did the same. This is actually an old pair of shorts that I had. I was like, that'll be perfect. So, but this is a proper MOD Mark 6 helmet. And it is very heavy and it makes my head look very big. So
so it's not a small thing. But it was. I
it
really
looks
liked
the part,
it,
though, mate, doesn't it? It really works. Yeah.
So that's that. I actually, subsequent to that, bought quite a few.
Styling himself.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. Let me get my afro comb out for the hat.
I actually bought a few more of these afterwards because I get excited when I find out you can buy like proper ex-military stuff. So I've now got one because you can get all the accessories. So I've got one with a ballistic blast shield around the front. I've got the anti-riot one. And I've also bought a Mark 6A and a Mark 7 subsequent to this as well. Because I have a bit of a weird collection of helmets. Don't make a joke out of that. But I'll tell you what though, this was kind of my first foray into ghillies and stuff like that actually, and this made a huge difference. Because I was very conscious sort of previously that whenever I'd sort of lay on the ground and sort of hide a bit and pop up, then you just got the profile of my head and stuff.
Yeah, you got your chrome dome sort of thing looking at
this made quite a substantial difference to the game.
No, it looks like I said, mate. It's some cracking photographs of you as well in the game. It looked good.
Got the Bukaki blast shield as well, which is good.
Gaz says looking a bit rusty with that scrim. Yeah, it's not the best scrim in the world. I'd say I literally made it out of a pair of shorts.
It's a COVID scrim. It needs a cut.
Yeah.
It's acceptable.
Reese makes a good point. So they've got Mark 7 helmet, heavy as fuck at first, and then you get used to the weight. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, we are airsofters fundamentally, and carrying around a lot of weight, you try and minimise that where you can. But yeah, it was just for that one event. I kind of really wanted to buy into that role per se.
I was the opposite of that. Most of my kit's heavy as fuck.
Well, to be fair, so this is the other one I want to talk about. So this is a Viper M88 helmet. It comes in black. You've got loads of like detachable covers that you can get. This is the M88 Viper. So this is it's basically I think about like 20 quid. It is the lightest helmet I've got. It's purely just it's that look. It's that Mitch style, I think, sort of helmet.
Yeah, Mitch 2000 or whatever they call it.
But you can get
one of them somewhere. I don't know where that's gone. I had a Mitch helmet.
I've actually got a. You can get a UN helmet cover for these as well.
Oh yeah.
So for the UN sort of style role,
and that's the same. That's very similar to like the first sort of Desert Storm type. Like for the US Marines, like the cookie dough, tricolour camo stuff and that. Yeah.
Annoyingly, the only other helmet cover I could find to demonstrate this is also in black. But you can just buy the helmet covers.
Can you put that on just as a hat,
well?
Rather than can you just put it on, please?
You can.
Go on. Oh. Beautiful.
There you go.
Look at that.
Monsieur, which pastries would you like to buy?
If you want to go with like a really shitty looking beret, there you go. Just buy a helmet cover.
3 pain au chocolat and 1 croissant.
Hey.
Gaz makes a point. It's a bit SWAT-esque. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. So this was the reason I've got this in black is it was the first helmet I bought, and we tended to do a lot of depot games up in Aldershot, which is all sort of very CQB and buildings and the like, which is very dark. So we kind of went for a mix of sort of dark colours. I think we had green DPM, woodland DPM trousers on. So yeah, that was
nice, fair play, mate.
So,
and obviously, like you say, you've got that there, Mike. Like when you do events, there's different roles to take on, like police force, things like that. You know what I mean? How many events you've been to where it's just like, oh yeah, police, you're going to be in black kit or whatever, blah blah blah, or blue base with a black over the top, like plate carriers and that. Then you sort of set there, really.
Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. Apparently, Chris just cracked the Israeli IDF look. Chris says, "Take it off for God's sake." Patrick says, "I'm an onion seller."
I think that's wearing the helmet skin without the helmet.
There was also a question earlier on in the chat. I think it was from Edward, not sure. Sorry, I've just read the one from Andy about Mike. Was that a head condom? This is right. We've had this on the
Captain
chat.
Condom hat.
This is the Captain Condom hat. This is a Pentagon, like a micro beanie or whatever it's called. Which looks awful. granted. However,
Looks like you're going in 300 meters freestyle.
There we come.
Yeah. So this is the thing with the helmet as well. This makes a really nice under helmet or under hat. So, you can't really see it, but it keeps your head warm. So if you're ever on stag or anything like that, I've really found an advantage to having that, and you can just use it to cover the top of your ears in the light. Sorry, I've just lost my earpiece.
Fair play.
Can you cover the top of your ears in the light? So it does actually kind of just add a little bit of extra warmth there.
Yeah, and increases your level of responsibility there, because one level of protection is never enough, boys and girls. Always double up.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I like hats. This is not
be a cavalier, be a roundhead. Yeah.
So this is the one that I'm just fanning around with. So I was on the fence as to whether to lid up or not.
Always lid up. Mate.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I don't know.
In certain countries, they ask you to put 2 on.
Exactly that. And because I wasn't sure, so I jumped on good old AliExpress and picked up. So it's the Team Wendy X-Fil LTP, and I have to say, I'll just flip it up. The padding that comes with it, is absolutely bang on.
Has that got the adjustable back?
Yeah.
Twizzly.
So
see, that's what I haven't got with mine. That's what I wish I had with mine.
All right. Is the push button.
Oh, look at you two motherfuckers with your adjustable helmets.
I'm back, and so you're back. Yeah, and then it just basically tightens up this wiring system down the side.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. I'm just toying with it in a minute. I've got a cover coming over, and a weights.
Oh, you count the weights yet?
Yeah, coming over from, I want to say Recon Brothers. Is it the website Recon Brothers? That do all that sort of stuff. So I've got them coming over anyway. Picked up a Manta strobe from eBay for 30 quid. The helmet,
nice.
30 quid or whatever it was. And it actually, it is pretty good. I was a bit on the fence because I think it was a 60 centimetre hat, and I measured at 60 centimetres, 59 on a good day. But the strobe's all right. You sort of hit it once. That's on IR now. So you get a nice little and then if you sort of, I'll just turn it off now. Turn it in, you go on the sides, and then you get the
look at
green.
That. Yeah, nice.
And you can just change it to.
You'll have a fucking chopper landed on your head.
I will. Yeah.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the ball.
So yeah. So I don't know. I'm toying with the idea in it. I'm a little bit, on the fence. It does make
that suits you rather well, I think.
It does make me feel like I'm a bit of a peanut.
I think that suits you, mate.
Never having worn one.
I'm just going to disappear for 2 seconds. I'm going to grab one extra one I found. I'll go. Hang on.
I was never sure.
I think it's just the one. Mike's going to get the one. Paul. Mike's going to get the one that's got that big rubber thing that hangs off the front of it. It chases people about.
So yeah, I don't know.
Like the old Tango Man's hand.
Yeah. But that said, I do like the.
That looks smart, mate. I reckon that proper suits you, mate. Honestly.
So I don't know, but for the nods as well.
Yeah.
So, I think I'll get the cover on it, get the counterweight bit on it.
Have a go with it. Once you get all the gear on it, mate, take it to an event, chuck it on. If you don't like it, stick it in the bag, can't you?
I've currently got the comms rails. So these rails as well. I think they're something like 100 quid if you want to buy them genuine. But AliExpress, 18 quid. It's not exactly the same. So literally, they've got the old up and down, go back with them, all that sort of stuff. Stick them, tuck them out of the way. So I've got them on there. The only downside is if I want to use them, I have to cut my contacts open.
See, that's what I did. I bought these for my earmores, and I bought them as the normal headset without the helmet mounts. But you get like a little faux leather headband with it. But I cut mine off because you can get these. This is made by Krydex, this replacement helmet headband cover, and also I think Mission Tailors does them as well. Yeah, he does. He makes helmet covers for these. So if you was to cut them to get the cable, and that's purely the reason I bought that, was so I'd have the best of both worlds in. Because if you buy the helmet mount set up, you don't get the headband. So then you have to
Right.
buy a separate headband for it then. But if you buy the ones with the headband, it's just a case of cutting that faux leather strapping and then buying another one off aftermarket one.
And then the only other thing that I have noticed, and I don't know whether I might be able to get away with it if I really wanted to bastardise them, is the comms mounts that I've ordered. They're essentially like, where's the camera? They're like that one. Whereas with the contacts, I need that one because the mic is built in to that part. So these ear cups just unclip here.
See, that's where mine are different. Mine have got two, and I've broken one of the teeth off of my ear cup.
And they just clip on here. But they've not got provision for that. So I don't know, I might be able to. If I unclip
You should be able to, Paul, because all I do with my ones, mate, is I leave mine like that. So mine's just got the wire hanging down, if you can see it there.
Yeah.
And your ones that you've got now currently on your cans will just pull off of the wire that's on them and slide straight onto them wires that's on your thingy. They can be stiff. They can be stiff, but they do go.
That's what she said.
Aye.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think, I just need to really give it a chance. I think rather than write it off. But what I'm for once in my 3 years of being the most unsensible purchaser of airsoft equipment probably known to man, I think I've done it the right way around this time. So rather than going 2 feet in and buying the Team Wendy X-Field bump at €500,
yeah, exactly, exactly that.
I bought the 30 quid one.
And I mean, obviously, some people get the real steel ones and that, but I mean, at the end of the day, they're relying on them for the real steel ones. It's for for proper head protection, isn't it? Whether it's like abseiling or anything like that at all.
If I left this summer and drove off,
this is only for it's more for show and tell when it really is.
And then the only other option really that I've got is if I don't want to run the cans on these bits here, you can take some of the foam out, so the foam just comes out of there. If you really
run the headband,
and then just run the headband underneath.
Yeah, nice.
And then it comes over the top. But the only downside that I've heard of that is if you're doing that for a prolonged period of time, your chances of getting a headache are going to increase because you're putting quite a bit of pressure of the band with a helmet on the top that you're locking down, so really pulling in on your speed. I don't know. You talk about voice fancy, but they do look cool.
They do look smart, mate. Yeah, so you get a team cutting about them on. But gents, I'm gonna have to bug out, so I'm gonna have to leave you two guys to it because I've just noticed what the time is. All right, boys. Thanks everyone, and I shall speak to you all next week or speak to you online. But take care. Have a great weekend. Have a great Easter weekend. Eat plenty of eggs and have plenty of fun.
Or fertilise them like I do.
Oh, Paul does fertilise. Don't know about fertilising a chocolate egg. Don't know how to explain that to me, Dad, in his back garden.
Well, it's a bit like chili chocolate, isn't it? It's sweet, but it's also got that bitterness about it.
Yeah. There once was a... No, anyway, I'm not going there. Right.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're pretty much squared away anyway. So, I was just going to show you, this was that UN helmet cover.
I like it.
And then this was my... he's gone already. This is my my Riot gear one that I bought as well. So, some of the Legion events, they obviously have like the Riot... the Riots, basically. So I thought, I could always bring that. That's got the roll-down visor.
I did make me chuckle. So I was watching last Friday when Mike was on, and he was talking about this. Every time he's tried to do like a bit of a build up to it all kicking off. So what he's saying basically, we've got a story. Don't expect to rock up like you do on a skirmish and go charging around shooting loads of bullets down or loads of BBs down the range. We're going to build up the story. And I remember that first one we went to, and it was like, right, what we're going to do is we're going to have a riot, and we're going to do it at the bar, I think it was, in the close. So we're all going to go down there, and we're going to go for it. But there was a group that had come over that were, I think they was playing like the People's Liberation of whatever it is of China or something.
Yeah, I know you
so
mean.
it was about 8, and I've got one of the guys in a photograph where I've done a selfie with a QRF behind me, and one of the guys there with a pork pie hat on. And I remember him going, right, we're going to go down. It's going to be a bit of a demonstration. They can't do nothing to us because we're just demonstrating and it's our right. But be sensible with it. We don't want to kick off yet. I obviously didn't translate because the Chinese guys just fucking went mental. Just bangs and fucking blank fire was going off and all sorts. And I just got this vision when I was watching Mike, when he was talking about it last week, of him sitting back at the main fob just going, oh, you had one fucking job, you know what I mean? Demonstration, one thing.
Yeah.
And you just kick it off. And that was it. It was full on for the rest of the weekend then because, you've had a show of force and your lot reacted accordingly.
Yeah. Because that one, I mean, that was a lot quicker. It's like a proper aggressive point than I think the previous one had been. So,
and I do remember the other one as well, where someone mentioned last week where they had half a pound of flour thrown at their face, and I remember that was another demonstration up at the main base, and I think they was in a sangin at the front or at the sentry post at the front, and one of the guys went up with this bag of flour and just fucking launched it, and I'm like, oh shit, that's yeah, that's got to work because it's compacted flour.
Well, so that's the idea with the, riot shield visor.
You'd have been all right, yeah. you'd have been the worst coke snorting bloke known to man because you'd had white.
Yeah, I Right. Anyway, gents. I'd say gents, obviously, Paul, and obviously everyone in the chat. It's probably time to end this week. So thanks everyone for joining us. Apparently Patrick says we're issuing on the spot police your fines for bad headgear next Legion event. Oh no.
I'll tell you what then, you'll walk away absolutely minted. You'll be able to buy another people carrier, a camper van. It's going to be sorted because everyone's got really piss poor head sense.
Oh.
I'm really looking forward to that though, Patrick. I'm catching up with you and the guys as well, from our local police force and just having a yarn over a brew, mate, like we do. So I hope you're all well and your family's all well, and look forward to seeing you again soon, mate.
So anyway, that's it from us. Next week will be on Friday at 8. So we're reverting back to the normal time. We're going to be discussing Octo, our pre-Octo event, because we're all going to Octo 8's event the week after that. So I'm hoping we should get someone from Octo on the show, and we can maybe talk about the event a little bit, and then also some of the Octo stuff as well. Sort of
they can explain to me what I'm meant to be doing for that weekend because I haven't got a clue.
Well, we're going as PMC, aren't we? So it'll be just a case of
follow you.
Yeah. I'm just following Lance anyway. So
if we fuck up, we fuck up together.
Exactly. It'll be a laugh. So thanks everyone for joining us, and we shall see you next week.
See you later.